Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Halton Hills housing update. So no major waves happening in the market right now, just sort of small trends that I think we're gonna see continue. So looking at last week's numbers, Georgetown had 7 sales. That is right in line with like the buyer numbers picking back up. We were down to like 4 sales every week. It was pretty slow, but the buyers appear to be back in the market. Things have been sort of busy, lots of stuff moving into the sold conditional status. So I think the buyers are back out. So 7 sales in Georgetown last week. We did have 10 new listings. So I think that the trend we're going to continue to see is we're going to see buyers still active in the market, but we're going to start to see more and more listings. And so that listing count is just going to outpace the sales, which is going to make our inventory rise. I think at this point, it's not happening like dramatically quick. I don't know if at any point we'll really feel it ramp up or if it's gonna be like every week we tack on another couple and then, we get a month or two later and our inventory is super high. We'll have to see. Looking at Acton this week, we had 3 sales, which is great for Acton. There was a long time where they had none. So 3 sales in Acton and 2 new listings, so kind of a balance there. Glen Williams had 1 sale and 2 new listings. Nothing happened in Limehouse. Nothing's been happening in Limehouse at all. And in the rural market, we had no sales and 2 new listings. So now looking at active inventory. In Halton Hills last week, we had 110 active listings. We are up slightly to 112 active listings. So again, that's sort of what I'm talking about. It's like incremental at this point. Last year when our inventory started to just go like, it felt like it was rising like 10 to 15 listings a week. It was because people were still trying to get their houses on the market and catch the market. And so we were seeing a flood of listings and buyers like completely stop. Right now we're seeing listings, but buyers are still active. So that's sort of keeping things a little more balanced. So in Georgetown this week, we have 69 listings. That is up from 67 last week. So again, not super high in comparison to the 130 that we were seeing in the peak of our inventory last year. Looking at active price points, under 800,000 is up slightly from 7 to 8 active listings. They're actually all under 700,000 and they are all condos or condo townhomes. So that's all that's really available under 8. Now looking at 800 to $1 million, we are down slightly from 18 to 16 active listings. This price point is definitely the one that's seeing the most movement right now. When you're under $1 million, you don't have to put your full 20% down. You can still get an insured mortgage. And so this price point is still moving pretty good because the people in it, as their financing, like as everything is sort of tightening and the rates are going up and your approvals are going backwards, getting an insured mortgage and putting a little, like being more creative with your down payment and stuff is definitely something we're seeing more of. So that's why that pocket is seeing a lot of movement. So now 1 to 1.5 million, this one is up from 21 to 24 active listings. Again, this price point was hurting last year. We felt a bit of a break for the last like month, but it's starting to pick back up again. But something to note, so there's 24 active listings in that price point. 8 of them are under 1.2 million. So the majority of them are in the higher bracket, the 1.2 to 1.5. And of those 8 that are under 1.2 million, 3 of them are sold conditional. So under 1.2 million is still sort of a pocket that is moving well. But after the 1.2 is where I'm finding that the properties are really sitting in that price pocket, I guess you could say. So 1.5 million plus remain the same this week at 21 active listings because nothing is selling in that price point. So nothing came off the market, nothing listed there, just stayed the same at 21 active listings. So looking at Acton this week, it is down from 19 active listings to 17. We saw Acton sitting very high. So 17 is a much cushier spot if you are going to be listing your home in Acton. Glen Williams remains the same this week at 6 active listings. Limehouse this week is down from 2 to 1 active listing, so not much available there. And the rural market went from 16 up to 18 active listings this week. And there's lots of stuff available in the rural market. And like I always say, when there's stuff available in town, we do see rural slow down. So we're not seeing a ton of movement in the rural market. And there's, again, just like that higher ticket price point is always found in the rural market. How many times can I say rural market today, folks? So just the higher ticket stuff is there. And so it's just moving a lot slower in that price point. Overall, the market is doing pretty much what I expected it was going to do in January. I think we're going to see a slow climb. I think by the end of January, our inventory is going to be up I don't know how significant, but like up a lot versus the start of the year. We started the year even with 100 active listings and we're up to 112. So we are seeing that steady climb. It's just going to be interesting. And at the end of the month, we have another interest rate announcement. So I don't know if we're going to see a surge of buyers trying to get in before then, but I still think that we're going to see inventory climb. It's going to be the trend. So we'll have to, time will tell. So I will be back next Tuesday. Have a great week, everyone.